Hey guys, hey, it's been a little while. Sorry I left you without something to step to. Hey, happy Friday, happy Friday. Actually, happy Cheeseburger Day. Didn't know if you knew that. Today is, I think, International Cheeseburger Day or National Cheeseburger Day. Or it's another made up holiday. Every day is a something day. But I'm sure you like me, you pick and choose the ones you want to celebrate. Cheeseburger sounds like a good thing to celebrate to me. Hey, Sean, thanks for tuning in on this impromptu broadcast. I'm in a pretty good mood, and it is about almost 4 o'clock here in Vegas. About another 45 minutes or so, I think I'm going to actually call it, start my Friday after work. I might squeeze in another little workout. I'm feeling pretty good about my workouts lately, which gave me the idea of what I wanted to share with you today. So, many of you may know, and many of you may not know yet, but in October, which is just a couple of weeks away, is when I usually invite everybody, the whole universe, to join me in your own personal 90-day challenge, to do whatever it is you want to get accomplished in your life. Can be physical related, fitness related, work related, personal growth related, whatever. But my idea that I had, a brilliant idea if I may say so, many, many years ago, maybe over a decade ago, I realized that, instead of having a New Year's resolution on the first of the year, if I started that resolution in October and had a 90-day plan, then on the new year, I would be celebrating my plan having been done while everybody else is on day one of their New Year's resolution, which we know they're not going to stick to anyway. And I started doing that many, many years ago, and it's the best thing ever, right, Sean? It's the best thing ever. You talk about feeling good about yourself. You start off the year feeling pretty freaking awesome about yourself, having just done whatever it is you said you were going to do. Check the box, and on day one, you're celebrating while everybody else is like, clearing their head from the night before and trying to figure out what they're going to do with this year and putting that plan together that's only going to last till about February, less than 2 months. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is, because I know that October 1st is coming, and because I do this thing and commit to it every year, I already start to feel the changes happening. I'm already starting to change my behavior automatically. I'm already starting to raise the level of my activity. I'm already starting to shift my day around. I'm already getting into the mode of my 90-day challenge before my 90-day challenge even starts. And that's what gave me the idea of what I wanted to share with you today. I want to talk to you. It might give you some ideas, right? As always, I have a podcast called Symbol Athletica. It's on all the stuff out there where I talk about stuff to think about, hopefully give you some ideas that you can make your own and go after it and get whatever it is you want to get, be whatever it is you want to be, do whatever it is you want to do, all that good stuff. I'm feeling good. I should have warned you. And this is without coffee. Here's the idea. Here's what I'd like you to imagine, if you will. Take this trip with me in imaginary land. I just want you to visualize this. It's something that we can all relate to. But hopefully it'll end up in a place where you can use it, apply it, adjust your thinking about some things that might matter to you. So imagine that you have your radio on, your stereo on wherever you are, and it's set to your favorite station, right? Whatever that is, whatever kind of music you rock to, right? And right, and you're on your station, but imagine now you turn the volume all the way down. Here's the reality of where we are right now in the story. The radio is on, it's on your favorite station. That song that you would normally rock to is actually playing, but that song is not affecting your local environment at all. You don't even know it's on, you don't even know it's there, simply because the volume's all the way down. Now imagine you cut the volume up just a little bit. So now, for the most part, you still don't pay attention to it. But if you focus and you pay attention, you're like, yeah, that's my song, right? You can have it affect you when you focus and pay attention. Now imagine that you cut the volume up a little bit more. Now, you don't have to focus as hard to hear the song and, to dance to what makes you want to dance. But for the most part, it still can fade a little bit back into the background, but it's still a little bit there, but not so far out of reach, right? It might interrupt you a little bit. And you know, you might be in the middle of something, you might realize, oh yeah, that's that song I like, right? Now imagine you cut the volume up even more. Now, you can't help but hear what's on. You can't help but have it affect you. Even the songs that you may not be your favorite song might have you kind of humming along, moving along, doing what you're normally doing, but doing it affected by what's coming through the stereo, right? Now imagine you go ahead and you crank that volume up even more. So now it's definitely affecting everything surrounding it. Not only can you hear the song now, you might even feel it resonating in your body, depending on how good your speakers are and how close you are to them, right? And in fact, with your volume cut up this loud, somebody else in your proximity might even comment on the volume. You know, it might not be a positive comment. They might let, man, cut that down, right? But they will comment on the volume. Okay, everybody walked through that whole example, right? We can all relate to that, right? Music, jamming, rocking, boom, volume, got it, boom. Okay, but here's the thing. There's another definition of volume, which describes the amount of work or the amount of effort, the volume of activity. Okay, now, simple thing I want to ask you to do today. Fun thing to do. Some of you light bulb might just go off a little bit. I want you to mash those two ideas up together. The volume of activity and the volume of the sound. Just put them together, make them one. And here's what I'm going to say. What I found in my own life and through observation of others, right? Through my observation of others and my dialogue with others and observation of my own life's experience, that lots of the time I'm not getting the result or making the progress I want to make. It's simply because the volume is too low. Let that sink in. Volume, activity, work effort, volume, sound, way down. It's the same. If the volume is too low, it has very little impact on your environment, your surroundings. And you have to cut it up. You have to cut up the volume. You have to crank up the volume. You know what I'm saying, Deacon? You got to crank the volume up. For some of you, you have the right station. You have the stereo in place, which means you have the potential, the framework. You have the station, you know what you want. But the volume's is so low that you have to force yourself to think about it, to focus on to hear it for it to affect you. For other people, they got to crank up a little bit more, where it might affect you here and there, might intrude itself into your, you might remind, oh yeah, I shouldn't eat that thing today because I'm on this diet thing, I'm trying to lose that, you know. Other of you, see that light bulb go off? Yeah, the others you got it cranked up even more, where you can't help but think about it most of the day. And some of you have it cranked up high enough where it's affecting everything in your environment all day long. It's always there. Now, for some of you that are really on a mission, people are going to comment on your volume being loud, right? They're going to be, oh, wow, I've been seeing you study that. You've been doing a lot of research on that thing. Oh, wow, you know what? I see you getting up every day doing that walking thing. I see you. I see you, man. You're really going to that gym. You really put it in. You're really putting in. They're commenting on your volume being loud enough to affect not only you, but your proximity. That's a surefire indicator that your volume is up. So that's it. Simple idea, food for thought, Fitzgerald. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm basically saying, crank the volume up, baby. Turn it up. Turn it up. So that's effectively what's going on with me right now, right? Because I've got this challenge coming up next month. I'm already starting to organize my thinking. I'm already starting to realize what am I going to take to what new level? Because now it's a big thing in the Earl Mann world right now, in the Earl Mann Marvel universe. This is like in-game Infinity movie thing that happens. I mean, it's a blockbuster that launches on October 1st, and it's up to me to make it as big, as comprehensive as I can. So for me, there's always a physical element, for sure. I'm always going to try to get in better shape, whatever that means to me, right? But I'm always going to try to upgrade a skill set or acquire a new skill set or or commit to an idea, right? An idea could be a venture or a project. In fact, Symbol Athletica is a lifestyle brand that I created for the Purpose Driven. And it's the direct result of my 90-day challenge to myself when I needed to go learn what it takes to create, build a brand, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, if I'm going to go through the process of just learning how to put all that stuff together, I had to create something to do it around. And it turned out I liked what I was doing, so I made it a thing. And then last year, I wanted to learn more. I wanted to understand, a part of my personal upgrade was just to understand a little bit more how this whole podcast world works. So I launched a podcast relevant to Symbol Athletica, hence the Symbol Athletica podcast. Now we have over 100 episodes. But that was the result of my 90-day project, a byproduct of my 90-day Go Get It last year. All that's happened last year. So I'm super excited about and here's the thing about when you take on this 90-day challenge to upgrade yourself and you take it serious and you put structure around it and a framework around it and treat it as if it were real. Just if you struggle with that kind of stuff being real, but you treat it as if it's being real, gravity works for the non-believers too. You don't have to believe in gravity to step off a house and fall to the ground. Some things just work. So what I'm always surprised by is how many positive, cool things, and cool is a technical term, comes out of that, doing that 90-day sprint I do, doing that 90-day upgrade. That's part of why I try to encourage as many people as I can to do your own version of it. I try to get people to start when I start, but I don't want you to do my thing. I want you to do your own thing. But I want you to get into the process. So what I've also learned is that this is a framework to my lifestyle. The fact that I do this every single year, this might be, I need to go back and figure out when the first year was, but this might be like the 25th year anniversary of me doing a personal challenge, an annual personal challenge of some sort. 25 years of doing this, and I kept upgrading that process over the year, so now it's a whole-blown thing. In fact, if you want to organize, I have a recorded conversation around organizing your thinking and yourself to maximize a personal challenge. I don't care what the challenge is, it's just my way of doing it. And Challenge Manifesto, challengemanifesto.com. It's just me talking. It's kind of long because it's comprehensive. I get into the details of I give you the end result of me having done more than 25 of these things. But I try to give you the underlying, I'm going to call it technology, but the underlying framework, process, method behind this, the whys and the hows and the what makes me think and the how I do it in a way that I can stick to it and get going and all that stuff. But it's cool. It's cool stuff. So this is your early invitation, your pre-invitation to the 90-day challenge of you versus you for something that you want, for a place you want to go, for something that you want to become. You get to decide all of that stuff, but I encourage you to start it on October 1st with me. Yes, we're going to have some holidays in there, some bad holidays for the fitness-minded folks, right? Because you're going to have October, you're going to have Halloween, you're going to have Thanksgiving, you're going to have Christmas and New Year's and all these bad foods and happy hours and drinking and eating all the food. So what? Who cares? It's just a cheat day. If you on it, doggone it, it's not going to affect you anyway. You should just plan now that come like I do on Thanksgiving. Guess what I do? Whatever the heck I want to do, right? Because by then, I'm 2 months into this thing. I got more road behind me than I have left in front of me. So one day is not going to derail me. All right? So come January 1st, I always celebrate finishing my 90 days. And I'm human. At least that's the story I'm sticking to because the whole Kryptonian thing might be a little bit much for a lot of people to handle. So, because I'm human, they're not always good. They're not always good, right? Sometimes I fail. Sometimes my 90 days are just crap because life and all excuses win. Sometimes the excuses just overcome the fence and they take my hill and I have to just get up, dust myself off and get back at it. It happens. But now I've done it so many times that I'm a formidable opponent. Sean, it's Challenge Manifesto. challengemanifesto.com. I encourage you to take notes, just write down your ideas that come from it. And I give you a 5-section homework assignment. You can do it all in an hour or so, but I suggest if you really want to take it super, super serious, just take one assignment a day. Like do homework assignment 1 for 1 day. It'll take you a couple of minutes to kind of write it out, think it out, do it out, right? And then 5 days, you got it all. You've put a lot of mental energy on it, and then you're ready to apply all that stuff come October 1st to whatever it is you want to apply it towards. So that's it, guys. Turn up the volume. Turn it up. Hey, Kim, Daphne, hopefully this gave you food for thought, something to think about, right? From this maniac that takes this personal challenge stuff probably way too damn serious, right? Yeah, but if you've gotten the benefits out of doing these crazy things that I have, guess what? You would be an ambassador of the idea, just like me. You'd be leading the way, because it's profoundly effective. It's profoundly effective in ways that you can't, in big ways, not just little ways. You're not going to just lose the 10 pounds. There's going to be more things that happen positively when you really, really commit, especially for a period as long as 90 days, especially when you go through the process and you set it up to make it such a real thing. So it's not just you saying to your best friend and out loud, oh yeah, I got a plan, watch what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to lose that 10 pounds. Yeah, right, sure you are. Sure you are. Yeah. Or you can take it really serious and really go get it, right? So I feel it coming. It's like I'm on a train track and I'm feeling the vibration, rumbling. It's the camera shaking like I'm rumbling. Because that challenge train is coming at me and I can't stop it. And I know on October 1st, ready or not, here it comes and I'm ready to get after it. So because I know it's coming, I'm already in the last 2 weeks, my activity level is way up. I'm already doing 2 days, a couple of days. It's already started. You know why? Because there's a part of my psychology that says if I can wait for something for a month, then possibly maybe I can wait for it for a year. And if I can wait for it for a year, then maybe I can wait for it forever. So some things in my crazy world, if I want to go after it, I have to start right now. I have to start in the moment of saying, I want that. I have to actually start moving forward in that moment. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be grandiose, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture, but I can't just say, I want to have that or I want to do that and just take no action. That's like I don't believe what I just said, right? And that doesn't make sense to me. So that's why, because I know October 1st is coming and I know what I'm going to do, without me even officially saying go, start, I'm already started. I'm already in the activity. So quite honestly, by the time October 1st hits, it's not going to be a big swift change in my life's activity, because I'm gradually making the changes now, adding things, adjusting things, reducing things, making adjustments. So when that day comes, that start day comes, it's kind of like I'm cheating, right? It's kind of like I'm going to run this race, right? And I'm at the track and the starting line is ahead of me and everybody's walking towards the starting line to start on, October 1st, except me. I'm running towards it, right? Because I want to time it that when I hit that line, I'm on a full-on, flat-out sprint already. Yeah, I'm not here to play. I'm not here to play with this thing. All right, guys. Hopefully that gave you guys something to think about. If you really want to dive into it deep and open your mind, be a little bit philosophical about it and apply some interesting ideas towards the setup, because that's what the manifesto is all about, setting yourself up to go after a personal challenge. There's nothing to buy, nothing to join. I don't tell you what your challenge needs to be, but I do tell you some things I've learned along the way, that I need to know these things about me. I need to know these things about the world. I need to understand these things about how I feel and my thinking and all these things. If I really want to stick with it long enough to stick with it, long enough to win. And it works just like that. You got to stick with it long enough to stick with it, long enough to win. So if you want to dig into that, just hit Challenge Manifesto. Cindy, get after it. Crank it up, baby. Turn up the volume. Let's go. Yeah. Nothing excites me more than other excited people. You don't even have to be excited about what I'm excited about. I just want the raw reverberation, radiation from the energy of you, the nuclear furnace, understanding the magnificent, unbounded power that you have in your own world. Ooh, that felt good just now. That just felt good. That felt so good, I'm going to end it with that. I'm going to end it right there because that was it. You guys have a great weekend. You will be hearing from me, if not before the 1st of October, as I try to get more people to do this. You'll definitely hear about me on the 1st when I tell people I'm off and running to the races. But you now know, I'm not waiting for the start run. I'm not waiting for the start gun to start running. I'm too in it for that. Have a great weekend.